Hey YouTube, Mike here. How are we doing today? Hope we all had a very safe and productive week. Alright, today we're starting the SawStop router lift. I already took some of the stuff apart. I didn't want to make the video so long, but there's the SawStop, the vacuum, everything is outside. I cleaned up, I prepped, and we're going to let's get this back over here. We're going to do the full assembly. I'm going to give an overall view of what I'm doing, but for what I see, there's really no detailed video on this. It appears it's the easiest of all of the SawStop add-ons, besides probably the outfeed table, which is just 3 clamps. Which I'm considering to grab some real estate behind it, but I don't know. Right now I'm still going to use the Craig table. I did consider the lift, but because of the rubber floor, Billy from Woodcraft advised no, because I doubt very much it's going to lift there. Maybe one day I'll just epoxy over here, get this started, because I should have just epoxied the floor. All right. Some quick, just a couple of quick things about it, what I suggest. The first thing, which is pretty much, I don't suggest it, you have to do it, is, let me grab them. If you have a SawStop that was built before 2018, you have to buy the new rails. Now, model numbers, pricing, everything will be in the description below. But basically, the back rail, and the reason that I have these post-its on it is because this is the end that I'm not cutting. Because remember, I have the sliding table, and I need to cut the left side of the rail. So I marked these so I knew what side not to cut. So I laid them out already. But the most important part is with the rail, is this side, which is the front, which has this notch. And this notch goes down below the miter track for the cast iron insert. So you can continue past when you're got a sled inside of the miter track. So you do have to purchase a new set of rails. Now, you can, I opted to go, and I highly recommend, with the cast iron filler piece. On your SawStop, you have a wood and filler piece. Now, you have to cut that, and you have to cut it down to 8 1/4 inches. That means you have to fill the end, because you have to drill 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/8 holes into it, so that the supplied bolts, you can bolt this to the piece of, that piece of, almost like a Formica top. I think this was $100, and now it makes the SawStop completely cast iron on the right hand side. So I opted to go with the cast iron insert. Now, the next thing, if you happen to have the standard lift for the SawStop, the one that you basically bolt onto the SawStop, and then the pedal comes out of the left side, and then you jack up from the inside out, which lifts the SawStop and moves it. Well, with the added weight, and especially if you have the sliding table and you're adding the router table, the added weight, the lift is not designed for that weight. Most likely the piston. The piston is not going to lift the weight, and also, you know, it goes through the sheet metal. The sheet metal will probably distort. So they recommend, and they highly recommend, the industrial base, and that's the one for the, of course, the larger saw. But this saw will fit right inside of it, so it cradles inside of it, and it'll lift the saw and then 2 saws, and then you'll be able to move it around. So that's the only added thing that I would suggest. I did go with the SawStop lift. I had a very good Jessam lift that was in the Craig router table, and I brought that, a bunch of stuff to the shop just to give me room. And then my son and I unboxed this, cleaned it up, put it here on the table, and when I went to put the lift inside, it was probably under 1/8 of an inch off. And then I calipered it, and I was just under 1/8 of an inch. I probably could have shaved it down, but I didn't want to take a chance. This lift, I was playing with it, and it fits my router, and during the video, I'm going to do a whole lift thing right here on the table, explaining it, how to set it up. The saw does have, the top has 10 level bolts, which is going to be the first thing I'm going to do, obviously after taking this apart. So I didn't want to beat it in. I wanted to get something that was perfectly in there. The lift is phenomenal. It comes with an insert, it comes with the tool to take the insert out, it comes with the lift, it comes with a little fiber bolt that if you're going to do anything pivoting on it, it's really nice. So, but we're going to go over that on the video. All right, so let's start taking this bugger apart. There'll be a whole list of tools that you need to remove. I use a magnetic tray just to, wrong one, just to put the reused bolts back in. I keep taking parts off this SawStop. I'm going to be able to build a second SawStop. Even the legs that come with the SawStop, basically the router lift comes with new legs. It even has places on it where you can put the tools. And remember, some do have bolts and lock washers on them. Just to hold it up until I get okay. That's the first rail. We're going to use this as a template. All right, I'm gonna do the rest and I'll come back. All right, can we see? I got the fast cap stands that I used to take the insert off. Just held it up while I got the last piece off, and I'm going to probably use them with magnets. Let me get this thing panned back here. Hopefully I got up the right way. There we go. Alrighty. This is what you would have to cut. And this goes up against the cast iron. So you're going to cut this. And then cut this back for this piece to fit in, because you got to drill holes through here. It's a nice piece, but I figured it's a little bit. It'll save me time. Need an Allen key. What is it? Number 5 to take it off. And then we take the flag off wire here. I already got loose. Because I'm going to need this to Alright, I'll hold the leg. And that's it. Alright. And let's not lose my bolt. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, here's the insert piece. 2 magnets, 100-pound capacity each. Alright, this thing probably weighs 30 pounds. So just 50-50, and it holds this thing perfectly level. There's no drag or nothing across here. It'll bring both surfaces up. They're like $10 in Home Depot. They do make 150-pounders that you can actually hook to a hoist. And they come with these magnetic guards so they don't magnetize onto something. But I can only find one of those. So, alright, let's get the bag of bolts. Now, I made a little boo-boo. Thank God some of the bags are marked. Let me get a rag here, hold on. This was the only bag that I left sticking out of the, now you do have countersunk, which is for here. That's for the rail. That's not what you're going to need. So you're going to need the washer. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can move this if you have to. Oh, you see I got the lift in the front just for protection. Just so that I don't 2, 3, right, as you can hear, they're going right in. 4. Then a washer and a lock washer. And I'm losing everything. Keep the magnets on, keep the lift on, keep your level on while you do all your tightening up of this. It's pretty much foolproof when you do it like this. And it wasn't my idea. I learned it from a steel worker. You know, it's like the angle magnets they make for welding. It holds it on a 90, 45. I got them up there somewhere. Jesus H, you know who. You know what it is, my hands are still oily. Like you still, no matter what how you clean this off, the oil that protects it from rusting. I don't know why I took a bolt. Using the MW1000. Okay, oh, I'll be back. Okay, I cut the first rail. Now I'm putting the countersunk screws in loosely. I double checked the measurements. The cast iron cable is still got the magnets, and I double checked 3 inches to the center, 9 inches between, and then there's a little overhang. Now, don't measure. Don't measure. If you have the sliding table, don't measure from the end to the end, because the holes will be off. You have to align the holes. Now, when you lay the 2 in, we'll do the big rail. When you lay the 2 in, they're going to be off, but you can see them. Just make sure that you use that hole line up, because if not, your measurement will be off. This rail is longer. I didn't know that. Okay. Yep, this one's a nut and bolt. Use as many magnetic trays as you can possibly muster. I have 2, one for the bolts that I'm going to be reusing, and one for the don't tighten them up. Tighten them up last. Just leave them loose. All right. Let me go reposition everything and we'll do the other rail. Okay. You see how the rail, there's that where I put do not cut. You see the bolt holes are aligned. You got all the bolt holes aligned. Then the notches aligned. And then this is where I got to cut it. But you see how much, it's like 2 inches here of difference. So that's why lay it out first. Don't just cut. If not, you'll be buying, and I think they were like $180 something. Okay. Let's make sure we're all right. Notches. Don't need that anymore. Let me see. Yep. That's the other one. Damn it! I had the other one. Oh, I'm going to have to do it this way. The other one did it better because it was a little smaller. I'll just do it this way. I like doing it on the angle. And that's that. All right, let me grab my, down here in my RC cart. just loose. So you got mitre saw notch, mitre saw notch, mitre saw notch. All right, I don't know about you. You guys did this, but I always have my heart in my mouth. Holy crap, look what I did. You're still staring at the table. Sorry. Basically, I put a level on it, used another jack, jacked it up, got it nice and level, putting screws in it. One more. Of course, as you can see, saw's unplugged. Everything is off. There we go. There's the missing washer. All right. Now we're going to do the leveling bolt. Okay, there's 10 leveling bolts. Let me lift this piece of metal up. Give him a little pointer. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, hold on, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10, 12. Hold on, I'm losing track here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 of them. Okay. To make life easier, there they are. Almost 2 by 4. Go about 50. I would do 50% up the recess here for the lift. All right, I see how it does this now. You got 3, 6, and then 4 on the end. They actually, in the instructions, they tell you to mount, like put these on and then mount the box. You'll never level this thing off. You're gonna have to spend just a little time leveling off. Let me just consult the manual. Getting hot here now. Yep, that's what they tell you. 2 outer. There's 3 in the middle, it's the 2 outer. I gotta go higher. Or, let's see. Wow. Not bad at all. Not bad. Wow. Not bad at all. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Let me just Put my chin on it. Give the bolts a little tighten. And once it's in place, that's when we're really going to futz with it, because then it'll hang free on the I'm on the bolts. I'm on the bolts. I'm on the bolts. Now I'm not on the bolts. Look at that lift. Pretty, ain't it? Chain driven. And it comes with 2 inserts. We'll go over that in a minute. Okay, now we're going to do the legs. The legs you mount on first before you put it onto the table. I did try it on the table and works, and it fills in good. I marked where I want the switch and the F for front, so the switch is going to go on my right. So we need the switch box first, and that's going to face out like that. Okay, now I have the bag that's marked, and inside here are the bolts that hold the, so the bag here, it says leg mounting hardware kit. You got 4 washers. Take things out of here, get them out of my way. You got 4 hex bolts and 4 lock nuts. And 2, 3, 4. 2 per leg. You put this on first, because you're not going to be able to get the leg on. There we go. That's 1. Anna, you got big fingers. You'll never get in here. Two. Then you got this, which is the tool holder. It holds this line up perfectly. Okay, let me grab it for the socket. It definitely need an extension. This one in. There we go. Where did I put my 1/4 inch? Nope. Of course it's where the fan is. Air in here. Now the leg. First leg, it's got adjustable feet on it, nylon nuts. 1, 2. Fine. See, we got the socket. Oh. Come on, computer. I'll just tell that. No, I do not have a 17 millimeter socket. 2 demerits for unprepared. Tool holder. It's a Phillips screw with a lock washer. And that goes on with, that would be for this here. And then screw this through the back. It's just probably an M4 bolt, and that will hang that on like that. But so you have your 2 things for your tools. All right. So that's all that's left in there, but the 4 bolts that hold on the, actually, excuse me, 6 bolts. Got 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 2 on either side. We don't need this no more. All right, let's get this thing set up and I'll be back. All right, got the table, the legs, got the straight edge, nice and level, don't pivot. Nothing. You take the magnets off, put them on wood. Now there's 4 bolts. There's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. There's actually 2 bolts, one's low, one's high. You want the higher bolt. The 2 in the middle, they're pretty much right on. Actually, more room with the ratchet. If you put it with the bolt facing the table saw, you'll have more room with the ratchet to get it in. It's 13 millimeter. And then you're going to basically reuse the side bolts. They give you bolts, countersunk, but you can use the ones you had that you've taken off. Perfect. Now, we got the 2 bolts right here. Remember, these are still all level. These are still all loose. So, okay. The one on the front is a little pain in the neck because of the leg. It gets a washer and lock washer. Okay. And that's it. There shouldn't be no more parts. You got to do this like one at a time, because it's right up against the tool holder and the I lost it. Come on. Like I said, this is a pain. Okay. Now let's get this, because we're going to need to turn this while we get the nut on. Don't help that your hands are all full of grease. Gotcha. And now, there we go. It's one. We actually use the other side now. 2. Yeah, fell through down. Turn around. Blew the router out. It's 2¼ horsepower porta cable, motor only. The router lift comes with 2 collars. Either your router will fit in the gold color collar, or it'll go in, you get a 3.5 and a 3¼ ring. So this is the 3¼ ring. I needed the 3.5 ring. That comes with a keyway so that you can take it out, so it's easy to get the router in. You take this out and actually you discard it because you don't need it. So I'll store it. I don't know, in case I ever change the router. So, and then you use a 10mm socket, and you gotta be careful because it's tight to get in there, and then you just tighten the router down. It's a tug, it ain't moving. All right, let's put this in place, get this done. Get over and we'll do the lift. Let's see. Let's get you a little more zoomed in there. There we go. There you go. Then, where is it? Right there. Actually, I would do it right. No, you can't do it there. Actually, you could do it there. All right. Fence time. Goes in the lower keyway. Goes in the lower one. Now, this would open it. Okay. Now, take a look here. We're gonna go washer. Sorry, washer goes on. Now you get two for the guard. Just leave them there. And then you just gotta fish this through. One. Two. And I put a washer on the wrong side. There. We'll adjust it later. Please lock this down. Now these here, get these off. Just a couple of turns. It's all good. There you go. So let's go with 1 inch. Let's see, let me get a ruler and let's see how accurate the fence is. We'll go from the end of the table first. We got 9 3/16. We got 9 3/16. Test this blower. Keep it right on the line. Yep, right on the line. 9 1/16. 9 1/16. Perfect. Okay, let's put the box on. Your screwdriver. You know why? Because we have to loosen. We're going to take off this piece on this side. Let me put this on the floor. That's where I gotta go. This is where the cord comes out of. So we gotta take off. It's split in half. Okay, let's get the box on. Open the door. We'll just chuck this in here for now. Don't worry about that later. Oh, it's just gonna be funky. Got it. There's nice elongated holes in the box that will help you get this in. There we go. It wouldn't help if I was laying on. Where'd that screw go? Oh, move that screw. My God, those weird tools, the ball ends are unbelievable. Well, I'm able to. Can't tighten it until you get the side ones on. Because you gotta move your hair. There we go. Now these two are actual bolts. See, they got a little bit of suction. You can flip the discharge for the hose. You can flip it any side. Like you can take this, put it here, take this, put it here, and vice versa. Put the nice little snug, and we're in. Front. And now I may move this discharge to the other side because that's real estate, and I want to be able to put at least try to get a box back in there. I know it's easier if I gotta it. No doubt. Okay. Get the camera down in a second, and we'll go over the. Nope, you gotta remove two of them when you have such a big. And remove both screws. The plug won't fit through. Those are a couple of zip ties. There's the screws. So you can move that to whatever side you want. Also the cord. Yeah, let me get over here. And here's the cord. See how it comes out nice and neat. I'll just zip tie this up to here. Got the hose just temped, just to see how it's going to be with the vacuum. I got the wire temped. Hopefully I don't trip all over it. Close the blast gates. Turn that on. Let's see what happens. Not bad. Sawdust. Oh, I didn't seal anything here. I moved the discharge, the outlet side. You see, gotta get the Y on there. That's the SDR35. I still gotta seal it, screw it in. One blast gate will be for the, but you see I moved the discharge from there to here, put it on the side. I mean, there's very little sawdust in here. I'm gonna have to, well, for one, as you can see, that's quite a bit of hose there. So I'm gonna have to mess around with this, see where I can put it. I'm not getting no box in here. This thing is gonna be situated underneath the wing. All right. And that trip on this. But that's it. That's it. I mean, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it looks perfect all the way down. Nice. So, well, let me play with it a little bit. I changed it because if I have to remove this, I put one of those thumb screws on so I can just tighten it with my finger. You know, if I have to remove this whole thing to get more with the fence, more, you know, distance with the fence. Unless the next thing I got to do is put the fence on. So, alrighty, I'll be back.